Good morning. We have the next problems on circles for a standard 10. There are two circles which are touching internally at point P. QPR is a common tangent to both the circles. PAB and PCD are two chords cutting the two circles at point A and B and C and D. We have to show that this line AC is parallel to BD. Please understand once again what is given in the question. Two circles are touching each other internally at point P. QPR is a common tangent to both the circles. PAB and PCD are two chords which are cutting the circles at A and B and C and D. What we have to prove is we have to prove the line AC parallel to line BD. Now for proving line AC parallel to BD, the best method is that if you could prove these two angles equal, and these two angles equal, then we will say that since corresponding angles are equal, lines are going to be parallel. For that, what we do is, let us assume that angle QPB is X. Let angle QPB be X. We have assumed, say, it is X. We've assumed it is X. This is the angle between the tangent. And the chord. That chord is for a smaller circle, PA, and for a bigger circle, that chord is PB. So this is the angle between tangent and a chord. And you know the property that angle between tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So for this smaller circle, alternate segment angle is this. This is the alternate segment because this is the chord and this is the tangent. So for this circle, this is the alternate segment. PCA is the angle. For the bigger circle, the chord is PB. Tangent of course is the same. So this is the angle X. So I would say that angle QPB is equal to angle ACP is equal to X angles in the alternate segment. This is the property, alternate segment. We have proved it, alternate segments. If you look into my previous lectures, you will find the proof of this theorem that the angle between a tangent and a chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Similarly, angle QPB will also be equal to angle PDB, which will also be X because QPB is X, and the same property, angles in the alternate segment. This is for bigger circle, that is for a smaller circle. This is for a smaller circle and this one is for bigger circle. So both are equal to X. That means that will imply that angle ACP is equal to angle PDB. Angle ACP is equal to angle PDB. And these are nothing but corresponding angle. These are nothing but corresponding angle. These are nothing but corresponding angles. Please understand, these are the two lines, AC and BD are two lines, and this line PD is cutting them. So angle PCA is equal to angle PDB, which are nothing but corresponding angle. Hence, AC is parallel to BD. AC is parallel to BD. If corresponding angles are equal, the lines are parallel. You can pick up this angle also. Suppose this is Y. Angle RPD is Y. This is also an angle between the tangent and the bigger chord of the circle. So again this angle is going to be, this will be Y, and similarly this will be Y. So they are also equal. Hence the lines are going to be parallel because these are also corresponding angles. Okay. We have a right angle triangle ABC. We have a right angle triangle ABC, right angle at B. With AB as diameter, a circle is drawn. So that obviously CB will be tangent to this circle with center O. And this circle cuts the hypotenuse AC at point P. From P a tangent is drawn. From P a tangent is drawn to this circle at point P. What we have to prove is that this tangent which is drawn at point P to the circle bisects the line CB. That means we have to prove CQ is equal to QB. Now please understand this angle APB will be 90 degree. Angle APB will be 90 degree because angle in a semicircle is a right angle. And AOB is the diameter, so that diameter bisects this circle into two equal half. Each half is called semicircle. This angle APB will be 90 degree. Now in this triangle CBA, it is also a right angle triangle. This angle is right angle. So sum of this angle plus this angle will be also 90 degree. We are saying angle CAB plus ACB will also be equal to 90 degree. This is also 90 degree. Why? CPQ plus QPB is 90 because this is 90. And this is a straight line. So the remaining angle will be also 90 degree, adjacent angle. So we are saying angle CAB plus angle ACB is equal to angle CPQ plus QPB. This is 90. We have said sum of this angle plus this angle will be 90. So sum of this angle and this angle will also be 90. And we are saying that the angle between a tangent and chord, this is X angle, this angle QPB will be equal to this angle. Angle between tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. We are also saying that CAB, angle CAB will be equal to angle CAB will be equal to angle QPB because angles in the alternate segment. So when we put the value X and X here, so these two X will cancel, you will get ACB is equal to CPQ. ACB, which is ACB and CPQ will come out to be equal. If it is Y, it will come out to be Y. And if this is equal, that means this will be equal to this. If CQ is equal to QP, then if two angles of a triangle are equal, then the sides opposite to them are equal. ACB is equal to CPQ, that means CQ will be equal to PQ. This is an isosceles triangle and base angle and the sides of isosceles triangle will be equal. Why it is isosceles? Because we have said this angle is equal to this angle. So its sides will be equal. CQ will be equal to PQ. Now we are saying PQ is equal to QB. Why? Because Q is a point from which we have drawn a tangent to this circle and another tangent to this circle. And the tangents drawn from a point, exterior point to the circle, only two tangents can be drawn and both tangents will be equal in length. So QB is equal to QP. We are saying PQ is equal to QB, and PQ is also equal to CQ. That means CQ is equal to QB. CQ is equal to QB. And that is what we have to prove, that the tangent at point P is going to bisect the side CB. Bisect the side CB. Okay. ABC is an isosceles triangle. ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to AC. A circle is drawn passing through the point B, and touching AC, so that AC is tangent to the circle at point D. There are three things given. ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to AC. A circle is drawn which passes through B, and AC is the tangent to that circle. What we have to prove is that AB, the line AB is 4 times AP. AP is the point here. P is the point here. P is the point here. He said AB is equal to 4 times AP. Now what we have said, that AP into AP into AB will be AD square. This is the property of the tangent. If from a point, external point, a tangent is drawn and a chord is drawn to a circle, then the length of the segment of the chord, product of the length of the segment of the chord, is equal to the square of the tangent. AP into AB, AP into AB will be the square of the tangent, AD square. Now, AD is half of AC, because we have said D is given as the midpoint. He is given through B touches side AC at its middle point. AD is equal to DC, it is given. D is the middle point of AC. So we are going to say that AD is half of AC. So AD will also be half of AB, because AC and AB are equal. AC and AB are equal. So if AD is half of AC, then AD will be half of AB as well. So instead of AD, we write half AB. In place of AD, I have replaced it by half AB whole square. Half AB whole square means 1 by 4 AB into AB. This side it was AP into AB. So AB will, from both the sides will go. It will come AP is equal to 1 by 4 of AB, or AB will be 4 of AP. That is what we wanted. AB is 4 times AP. Once again, ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to AC, and a circle is drawn passing through the point vertex B of the triangle and touches the line AC at its midpoint D. That means AD and CD are equal, and AD and CD are both tangent to the circle. What we have to prove is that AB is 4 times AB. P is the point where this chord is intersecting. We have applied the theorem that if a tangent is drawn from a point outside to a circle and a line is drawn to cut the circle, the length of the segment of the chord, that is AP into AB, will be equal to AD square. AP into AB will be equal to AD square, and AD is half of AC, and it will be half of AB also, because AC and AB are equal. So AD is half of AC, then it is equal to half of AB also. So in place of AD, I have written half of AB whole square. Whole square means half AB into half AB. That is 1 by 4 AB into AB. And it is AP into AB. So AB will cancel. You will get AP is equal to 1 by 4 of AB. Or we will transfer 4 to this side. 4 times AP will be equal to AB. AB is the diameter of the circle. AB is the diameter of the circle. At point A, a tangent is drawn to the circle. At B, a tangent is drawn, and there is a line PQ which is also tangent to the circle at point R. and cuts the tangent to the circle through A and B at point P and Q. We have to prove angle POQ is 90 degree. POQ is 90 degree. Angle POQ is 90 degree, not R. POQ is 90 degree. Now we are going to see these two triangles first of all. In triangle APO and OPR. In triangle APO and triangle OPA. OPR. We are saying that PA is equal to PR. PA is equal to PR. Tangents. These are the tangents drawn from external point to a circle, so they are always of equal length. Tangents have to be of equal length. PA will be equal to PR. OA will be equal to OR. OA will be equal to OR radii. These are radii. Radii are always going to be equal, radius of the circle, and OP is common. OP is equal to OP common. It's a common angle. It's a common side. It's a common side. So all the three sides of one triangle are equal to all the three sides of the other triangle. That means these two triangles are congruent to each other. They are congruent to each other. So triangle APO is congruent to triangle OPR, the condition being SSS. And if the triangles are congruent, they are equal to each other in each and every respect. So I will say angle APO is equal to angle OPR. I have taken them to be X. A CPCT, congruent parts of the congruent triangles. Also angle POA will be equal to angle POR. Suppose Y, again CPCT. Now, if we have taken these two triangles, prove them to be congruent. Similarly, I can prove triangle OQR and triangle OQB to be congruent. Similarly, I am not proving them, I will just write similarly. Triangle ORQ will be congruent with exactly the same logic I'll tell you just now. OBQ, triangle OBQ. We would say that QR is equal to QB, the length of the tangent. QR and QB are the length of the tangent. So this length will be equal to this length. This is of course OB and OR are radius, and this side is common. So all the three sides of one triangle are equal to all the three sides of the other triangle. So triangles are congruent. And if the triangles are congruent, their sides, their angles will be equal. This angle is Z, then this angle will be Z. This angle is W, then this angle will be W. I will just write the angles. I will say angle ROQ is equal to angle QOB. QOB, suppose it is equal to W. Then what will happen is that CPCT, we can write congruent parts to congruent triangle. Now if I add all these angles, Y plus W, it should come out to be 180 degree. Y plus W should be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because AB is a straight line. AB is a straight line. A straight line is always of 180 degree. A straight line is always of 180 degree. So the sum of all these angles will be equal to 180 degree. That means 2y plus 2w will be 180. That means y plus w will be equal to 90. And y plus w is what? That is angle POQ, which is equal to angle POQ. We have to prove POQ to be equal to 90 degree. So POQ is y plus w, and y plus w is how much? 90 degree. So angle POQ is of 90 degree. In the next problem we have a circle with center O, a circle with center O. PAT is a tangent to the circle at point A, and this line is parallel to chord BC. This line is parallel to chord BC. ABCD is actually a cyclic quadrilateral, you can see, because A, B, C and D are lying on the circumference of the circle. CD is extended to meet this line at point Q, and we have to prove BAP, angle BAP, which I have denoted as X, should be equal to ADQ, should be equal to angle ADQ, and angle AOB will be double of angle ADQ, and also angle ADQ and ADB are equal. What I am starting from, I am saying angle PAB, angle PAB will be equal to angle ADB. Say X, both are X, alternate segment property, alternate segment. Why? The angle between the tangent PAT and the chord AB is X, which is shown as X. The angle PAB is suppose X. This angle will be equal to the angle in the alternate segment. It will be equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So this angle is X. Now if this is Y, similarly, if I say angle QAD will be equal to, this is a chord and this is a tangent, angle between a tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So this angle will be equal to angle ABD, which will be equal to Y, the same property. Angle between tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So this is X, alternate segment, this is Y, angle in the alternate segment is equal to the angle between the tangent and the chord. Now this angle will be 2x, double angle property. Angle AOB will be double of angle ADB, will be 2x, double angle property. The angle subtended by an arc at the center of the circle is double the angle which it subtends the remaining part of the circumference. So this angle AOB is subtended by this arc AB at center, and the same arc AB subtends angle ADB at the circumference. So relation is angle at the center will be double the angle at the circumference. This is 2x. Now in this triangle, if you notice, this is X, this is Y. So this angle, what will be this angle? Angle BAD. Angle BAD will be 180 minus X plus Y. It will be 180 minus X plus Y. Why? Because PAT is a straight line. PAT is a straight line. A straight line is always of 180 degree, and the angles are given X and Y. So the remaining angle will be 180 minus sum of those angles. And what will be the value of BCD? Angle BCD will be 180 minus this Y. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. ABCD is cyclic. ABCD is cyclic quadrilateral. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. If it is X plus Y, then this angle will be 180 minus X plus Y. So when we subtract, you will simply get X plus Y, because 180 will cancel. So I'll get this angle as X plus Y. Now please understand, if this angle is x plus y, what will be angle AQD? AQD will be 180 minus x plus y. Why will it be 180 minus x plus y? This is the property of parallel lines. These are co-interior angles. These are co-interior angles. If lines are parallel, co-interior angles are supplementary. Co-interior angle. Because this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. Because BC is parallel to PAT. So sum of these two angles will be 180 degree. This came out to be x plus y. So it will be 180 minus x plus y. Now let me calculate angle. I needed angle ADQ. So let us calculate ADQ. Now angle ADQ will be what? The sum of the angles of triangle is 180. I know one angle is y plus one angle is 180 minus x minus y. 180 plus minus x plus y, when I open the bracket, 180 minus x minus y. So this term will cancel. And what will you get? You will get 180 minus 180 plus x. So this angle comes out to be how much? X. ADQ comes out to be x. This angle also comes out to be x. ADQ comes out to be x. AD comes out to be x. AD comes out to be equal to x. Now BAP is equal to ADQ. We have, you can see that angle BAP is how much? X. How much is angle ADQ? X. So BAP is equal to ADQ is equal to x is the first result. We said that they are equal. We calculated this to be x. We calculated this to be x. So both are equal. The other thing is AOB is double of ADQ. Now I have told you AOB is double of ADB. AOB is double of angle AOB is double of ADB, and it will be double of ADQ also, because both ADQ and ADB and ADQ both are x. So AOB will be double of ADQ also. This is the second result. And what about the third result? Third is ADQ and ADB are equal. That you can see ADB is x as well as ADQ is x. So we can write the 10th point. ADQ is equal to ADB is equal to x. We have used the property, the angles in the alternate segment, the angle PAB will be equal to angle ADB, angle in the alternate segment. If this is x, this is going to be 2x. Same property here, angle QAD, if it is y, then this angle is y, angle in the alternate segment. This is x plus y, so this angle will be 180 minus x plus y. Then we will use the property opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So I will be able to calculate BCD as 180 minus x plus y, which will be left as x plus y. Then I use the property of parallel lines. BC is parallel to PAT. If two lines are parallel and third line cuts it, then co-interior angles are supplementary. So this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. From that I got the value of AQD. AQD came out to be 180 minus x plus y. Then I took this triangle AQD. I knew this angle y, this angle is 180 minus x plus y. Third angle we calculated as to be x. Third angle came out to be x. And once that angle came, everything is clear. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is double of this, so this angle is also double of this, and this is equal to this. In this question, what he has given is that a circle is inscribed in a quadrilateral ABCD. When it is inscribed means all the four sides of the quadrilateral will be touched by this circle inside. What conclusion can we draw from this number one? Number one is that all these lines AB, BC, CD and AD are tangents to the circle at point P, Q, R and S. Number one. That is the conclusion. The other thing is that since you are drawing tangents from point B, BR will be equal to BQ, because if you draw tangents to a circle from an external point, if two tangents are drawn, then the length of both the tangents will be equal. So BR will be equal to BQ, AP will be equal to AQ, DS will be equal to DP and CS will be equal to CR. The other thing which he says is BC is 38 centimeter. The complete length BC is 38 centimeter. QB is 27 centimeter. QB is 27 centimeter. The length from here to here is 27. And this complete length is 38. This is 38. And DC is 25. DC is 25. This complete length is 25 centimeter. This is 25 centimeter. And AD is perpendicular to DC. AD is perpendicular to DC. That is also given. That means D is 90 degree. He wants you to find the radius of the circle which is inscribed in this quadrilateral. If this angle is 90, this angle is 90 because radius and tangent are always perpendicular to each other. Here also this angle will be 90 degree, radius and tangent are perpendicular. All the three angles are 90. So this angle will be also 90. This angle will also be 90 and this is equal to this. So these all will also be equal. If it is R, it will be equal to R. Why? Because tangents. So this becomes what does it become? It becomes a square of the side R centimeter. Now this is given as 38. So this will be left how much? 38 minus 27. That will be, I think, 11 centimeter. Because I will say BQ is equal to BR. BQ will be equal to BR will be equal to 38 minus 27. No, BQ is equal to BR is, sorry, this will be 27. This is 27 only, is equal to 27 centimeter. So the remaining CR, which will be equal to CS, will be equal to 38 minus 27, that is 11 centimeter. This length will be 11. This will be 11. So how much will be this? DS. DS will be equal to DP will be equal to 25 minus 11, that will be 14 centimeter. And so radius of the circle will be 14 centimeter. We are using the properties that tangents drawn from a point outside, external point to a circle, are of equal length. This length was given 38, this was given 27, so this will be 27. Once I get this as 27, I can calculate this as 38 minus 27, which will come out to be 11. And this complete length is how much? 25. So this length will become 25 minus 11, that is 14, and that is actually equal to the radius. So radius is 14 centimeter. In this figure, PAQ is a tangent to the circle at point A. This ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, you can see. This angle, the side DB is extended to point P, and this angle is 42, this angle is 36. The first angle he wants to calculate is BAP. He wants you to calculate this angle BAP. This is a chord, BA is a chord, and PQ is a tangent. So angle between tangent and the chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So I can say that angle BAP will be equal to angle BCA or ACB, and also it will be equal to ADB will be equal to 36 degree. Angle in the alternate segment, angles in the alternate segment, angles in the alternate segment. This is 36. This will also be 36. This can be also angles in the same segment. This could be angles in the same segment. So first angle we wanted to calculate was BAP, which we have calculated using the property, because this angle was 36, this angle will be 36. Angle between the tangent and the chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Then let us see what is ABD. ABD, this angle ABD. This angle ABD will be the sum of these two angles. Simple. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. So I can use angle ABD will be equal to 42 degree plus 36 degree, that is 78 degree. Exterior angle of a triangle, exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angle. If you see triangle PAB, then this line has been extended, so this becomes exterior angle. This should be equal to the sum of the interior opposite angle. This comes out to be 78 degree. So I think this should also come out to be 78 degree. Angles in the same segment. Angles in the same segment. We have got ABD. Now QAD. He wants angle QAD. Angle QAD will be equal to angle AB. You can say angle, this is the angle in the alternate segment. Which will be the angle in the alternate segment here? This angle is the 78. This is the angle, or this could be the angle. It is equal to angle ACD will be 78 degree angle in the alternate segment. Angle between tangent and chord is always equal to the angle in the alternate segment. This will be 78. This is the chord, and this angle or this angle are the angles in the same segment. So this will be 78 degree. QAD comes out to be 78 degree. Now what about the BCD angle? You can see BCD. How much is BCD? Angle BCD is sum of 36 plus 78 degree, 114 degree, because this was 36, this was 78, they will sum up to be 114 degree.